And then Christina, if you want to answer kind of the second part of that question, which is the single blind versus like a double blind, which is where, you know, the reviewer can't tell who the authors are. Is there a reason that J&R chose to go with a single blind versus a double blind review?
No, I don't. Actually, that was done by Eric. We should have had Eric in this conversation. I don't know. So the reason why certain journals have like I think AS Neuro or eNeuro, they decided double blind is because there are certain authors from certain countries. And I think the other day I got an author replying like that to me, saying that if the reviewers didn't know where the authors were from, the reviewers would have been less biased. So the reason for removing the name of the authors or the country or affiliation and all that is just to make sure that you're not biased. And it's true, some of us are biased towards certain countries. It's like some people are like, oh my God, this paper come from blah, blah, blah. And it's such a good paper. I'm like, yeah, I mean, everybody can be a bad scientist or a good scientist anywhere in the world. So the double blind is, I think, in my opinion, is a bad idea, because sometimes when you evaluate paper, you also need to realize where the science has been done. And no, you shouldn't ask for making a transgenic mouse to publish a paper. That is a little overboard. And the request of the reviewer should be reasonable. And sometimes we need to adapt to where the paper is coming from. So I don't know. I don't think the double blind makes me uncomfortable. I do prefer no, at least the institution. So yeah.
That's really good insight. And I don't think any of us have maybe thought of that, or at least Hillary and I.
Yeah.
This question is sort of like a follow-up question related to this transparent reviewing process for Paula. Since the reviews are public material, reviewers can add their reviews to a Publons profile. And this is something that J&R sort of advertises. What is an advantage of this?
So that is correct. So there are journals that do not subscribe to this transparent peer reviewing process. And as I mentioned, there's become this interest in getting recognition for the work that and the effort that you're putting into reviewing. And I think Publons have made it really easy to do that. So in my personal day-to-day activity, if I am reviewing a paper for a journal that does not automatically add my review to Publons, then I add it myself. Again, that helps me to keep track of my contribution to the peer review process. And it also allows me to get metrics that I could then show to, my chair or my colleagues, showing my contribution again to the peer review process. And it has made it really helpful. So I think that it is a great service out there, a great program. And I do think that, regardless of your stage, your career stage, it can be helpful, again, because now you have metrics that you can go by and say, I have reviewed 200 papers in 2020, whatever your case might be. So I think that's definitely a good thing to do.